Good morning. Welcome to the lesson 2 of this module, which is entitled The Comprehensive Dangerous Drug Act of 2002. This is our objectives for this lesson. At the end of the unit, the students should be able to 1. Understand and discuss the Dangerous Drug Act of 2002, and 2. Cite the importance of being aware of the pertinent law and programs about drug abuse. Ano nga ba ang Republic Act of 9165? Ang Republic Act of 9165 ay kilala rin bilang the Comprehensive Dangerous Drug Act of 2002. This Republic Act requires the government to pursue an intense and persistent campaign to stop the use of harmful drugs as well as their trafficking and other similar substances. Sa pamamagitan ng batas na ito, ang mga mahuhuli na nag-e-import, nagbebenta, nagpo-produce at gumagamit ng mga ipinagbabawal na gamot ay mapaparusahan depende sa kung gaano kalubha ang uri ng kanilang paglabag. This law also provides an ongoing program of treatment and rehabilitation. Ang batas na ito ay nag-o-offer rin ng isang mabisang paraan para sa mga individual na mga biktima ng drug addiction or serious drug independence. Ngayong alam na natin kung ano ito, what are the unlawful acts and penalties of the Comprehensive Dangerous Drug Act of 2002?
Importation of dangerous drugs and or controlled precursors and essential chemicals. Kini nagpasabot about sa reclusion temporal sa 12 years and 1 day to 20 years nga reclusion perpetua na ang the penalty of 12 years and 1 day to 20 years of imprisonment and a fine ranging from 100,000 pesos hantod sa 500 pesos. So kini nagpasabot nga ang tao ikulong gayud og piyansahan og 100,000 hantod sa 500,000 who acts as protector coder of any violator of the provisions under the section.
The sale, trading, administration, dispensation, delivery, distribution, and transportation of dangerous drugs and or controlled precursors and essential chemicals has to be faced the penalty of life imprisonment to death and a fine ranging from 500,000 pesos to 10 million pesos shall be imposed upon any person who, unless authorized by law, shall sell, nagabaligya, naga-trade, naga-administer, naga-dispense, naga-deliver, naghatod, naga-give away to another, naga-distribute, naga-dispatch and transit or transport of illegal drugs, including any and all species of opium poppy, regardless of the quantity, ang kadaghanon, o ang pure niya, shall act as a broker in any such of transaction. So it means na kung madakpan mo or madakpan ang isa ka person na baligya, naga-trade, naga-deliver og illegal drugs kay makabayad og 500,000 to 10 million pesos and makulong pa yun siya.
Any person or group of people who maintains a den, dive, or resort where any controlled precursor and essential chemical is used or sold in any form will be subject to a punishment or imprisonment ranging from 12 years and 1 day to 20 years and fine ranging from 100,000 pesos to 500,000 pesos.
The employees and the visitors of a den, dive, or resort. Ang mga sumusunod na individual ay sasailalim sa sentensya ng pagkakakulong mula 12 years and 1 day hanggang sa 20 years. Gayun din ang multang mula 100,000 pesos to 500,000 pesos. Number 1. Sino mang resort, dive o den staff na alam ang kalikasan ng lokasyon, at 2. Sino man na sadyang bumisita sa lokasyon at alam ang kalikasan nito, ngunit hindi sakop ng pamantayan ng susunod na talata.
Manufacture of dangerous drugs or controlled precursors and essential chemicals. In this topic, anyone caught manufacturing illegal substances will be sentenced for life and a fine of 500,000 to 10 million pesos. Anyone acting as a protector, financier, or manager will also be sentenced for maximum penalty.
Kani siya is kung dili ka authorized by law nga maka illegally divert ka sa bisan unsang kontrolado nga precursor og hinungdanong chemical kay mapenaltihan ka og 12 years and 1 day hangtod 20 years og makamulta ka gikan 100,000 pesos hangtod 500,000 pesos. Otherwise, kung ang quantity nga na-involve is kamay lang kaysa sa mga daang quantity, kani nga penalties dapat graduate sama sa life imprisonment, 12 years and 1 day o 20 years and 1 day nga pagkakulong o mabulta gikan 300,000 pesos hangtod 500,000 pesos kung ang quantity sa mga delikado nga droga is dili limited sa MDMA or ecstasy, sa PMA, sa TMA, sa LSD, sa GHB, and then kani sila is mga sinundog lang nga mga drugs or mga bagong introduce nga drugs nga walay therapeutic value or kung na may therapeutic value, sobra na po sa required or sobra sa 300 to 500 grams nga marijuana.
10 grams or more of heroin. So kini is part of possession of dangerous drug, possession or use of regulated drugs, the penalty of imprisonment ranging from 6 months and 1 day to 4 years, and a fine ranging from 600 to 400 pesos. So kini is a 10 grams or more of heroin.
Possession of equipment, instrument, apparatus, and other paraphernalia for dangerous drug. So, this section states that ang pagkakaroon ng kagamitan or equipment or any other apparatus o mga paraphernalia sa na ginagamit sa illegal na drugs, illegal na droga o dili authorized sa law kay makulong or mapapatawan ng pagkakakulong ng 6 months at 1 day hanggang 4 na taon at magbabayad ng multa na 10,000 hanggang 50,000 dahil labag ito sa batas kung mapapatunayan ngang hindi ito otorisado ng mga doktor o kahit anong medical practitioner.
Okay, now let's proceed to the possession of dangerous drugs during parties, social gatherings, or meetings. So, unsa man atong ma-discuss ani or unsa man atong ma-explain? So, there are two types from A and B. So, let's proceed to A. So, according to here, any person found possessing any dangerous drug during in a party, a social gathering, or in a meeting with at least two persons, they will suffer the maximum penalties provided in the Section 11 of the Act, regardless of the quantity and purity of such dangerous drugs. So, ang pasabot to ani, if a person is nadakpan or himuog ka ng ginatawag nila nga session, or I don't know what's term, basta session na to ko na remember, during in a party or na social gathering or any meetings, if madakpan na sila tulubagon of course. So, unsa ning naas sa Section 11 of the Act. So, according sa akong na-research, the Section 11 in drug case, or also known as Republic Act 9165, it is the penalty of life imprisonment to death and the fine ranging from 500,000 pesos to 10 million pesos. And it shall be imposed upon any person who, unless authorized by law, shall engage in the manufacture of any dangerous drugs rather. Okay, so modo na ang ilahang penalties. 500,000 pesos up to 10 million pesos if madakpan. So, next one is, diri agi explain sa B kung unsay pasabot aning at least 2 person. Okay, pag mayroon dito company of at least 2 person, it means that the accused one or the suspect na nagdala sa drug and other 2 persons or other 2 persons, regardless if nag-join ka nga naga-session sila or kung naalang ka sa tapok, something ana. So yeah, who may or may not be in possession of any dangerous drug. So, bisan pag wala ka nag-possess of any dangerous drug, and during sa raid is ma-appeal ka, naagyapon kay penalty. So, manubag yapon ka sa law or sa balaod. So, mana siyang ginapasabot sa two persons. The accused one or the suspect and the two others is katong nasa tapok. It's either drugs or wala. Basta naka sa tapok, diretso kadakpon. So, yung ana siya.
Position of equipment, instrument, apparatus, and other paraphernalia for dangerous drug. So, this section states that ang pagkakaroon ng kagamitan or equipment or any other apparatus o mga paraphernalia na ginagamit sa illegal na drugs, illegal na droga, o dili authorized sa law, kay makulong or mapapatawan ng pagkakakulong ng 6 months at 1 day hanggang 4 na taon at magbabayad ng multa na 10,000 hanggang 50,000 dahil labag ito sa batas kung mapapatunayan ngang hindi ito otorisado ng mga doktor o kahit anong medical practitioner.
The use of dangerous drugs. Let us read it first. A person apprehended or arrested who is found to be positive for use of any dangerous drug after a confirmatory test shall be imposed a penalty of a minimum of 6 months rehabilitation in a government center for the first offense, subject to the provision of Article 8 of the Act. If apprehended using any dangerous drug for the second time, he or she shall suffer the penalty of imprisonment ranging from 6 years and 1 day to 12 years and a fine ranging from 50,000 pesos to 200,000 pesos, provided that this section shall not be applicable where the person tested is also found to have in his or her possession such as quantity of any dangerous drug provided for under Section 11 of the Act, in which case the provisions stated therein shall apply. Kadtong mga nadakpan ug nakita nga positibo sa paggamit og illegal na droga is patawan ng 6 months of rehabilitation sa mga government center o kani siya ipataw as first offense from the provision of Article number 8 of the Act. Ug pananglitan kani siya madakpan ug balik in second time, kini siya mag-anto sa hataas nga pagka-priso nga mutikang og 6 ka tuig ug 1 ka adlaw and to 12 years also ug makabayad og kantidad to 50,000 to 200,000. So murag bugat na jud siya para sa mga pobre, no, o magbinuang jud ang tao. Sa kondisyon na ang section na ito ay hindi inaangkop or naaangkop kung saan ang taong sinuri ay napag-alamang mayroon din sa kaniyang pag-aari na ganoong dami ng anumang mapanganib na gamot na binigay sa ilalim ng Section 11 ng batas kung saan ang mga probisyon na nakasaad doon ay dapat ilapad.
The maximum penalty provided for under this section shall be imposed upon any person who organize, manage, or act as a financier any of the illegal activities prescribed in this section. So it means that kung mahuhuli ka na ikaw ang nag-organize, ikaw nag-manage, or ikaw ang nakitang financer ng illegal na activity na ito, ay papatawan ka ng maximum penalty that provided for under this section.
Okay, so next one is the maintenance and keeping of original records of transactions of dangerous drugs and controlled precursors of essential chemicals. Okay, so there are 2 types na pod, which is A and B. So, ang A is hisgot siya about sa penalty of the imprisonment ranging from 1 year and 1 day to 6 years and a fine ranging from 10,000 pesos to 50,000 pesos. So kini siya nga kuan nga sa to kanyo kini siya nga imprisonment or penalties is ma-implement ni siya sa mga practitioner, manufacturer, wholesaler, importer, distributor, dealer, or retailer who violates or fails to comply with the maintenance and keeping of the original records of transactions of any dangerous drug and or the controlled precursors of the essential chemical in accordance with the Section 40 of the Act. So again, unsa man naaning Section 40? So, let's do a research about it. Okay, so based lang ni sa akong na-research and nasabtan since I don't have enough knowledge good when it comes to like this, like about drugs. Yes. So, according to the Section 40, it is the records required for transactions of dangerous drugs and precursors and essential chemicals. So, naadria is kuan daw, every pharmacist dealing in dangerous drugs and controlled precursors of essential chemicals shall maintain and keep an original record of sales, purchases, acquisitions, and deliveries of dangerous drugs indicating therein the following information. So, mao ni siya nakapaloob daw sa Section 40. So, kuan daw, dapat daw, katudong mga pharmacist or yes, katong nabanggit na ko kaganina, dapat ma-maintain nila ang katong mga records and ma-maintain and ma-keep nila mga original records from the said purchases yon and with the following information and so on. Because if dili to nila ma-maintain, as what I have said kanina, na sila penalties na atubangon. And if mawala to nila nga mga information, mo na to kung ngayon ganina, nga makakuan sila og 10,000 to 50,000 pesos. So, unsay nakapaloob aning mga informations? So, naatay 8 ka following informations. So, the first one is the license number and address of the pharmacist. Number 2, name, address, and license of manufacturer, importer, or wholesaler from whom the dangerous drugs have been purchased. Number 3, quantity and name of the dangerous drugs purchased or acquired. So, kailangan jud ma-identify kung sa to siya nga klase nga drugs. Kaya daghan mo jud nagkalain-laing drugs no, na mga party drugs, mga ecstasy, naa ka ng mga kuan, like that. So, number 4, date of the acquisition or purchase. So, importante jud nga na ang date para matrace. And number 5 is the name, address, and community tax certificate number of the buyer. So, yun, dapat naapod na siyang information. Number 6, serial number of the prescription and the name of the physician, dentist, veterinarian, or practitioner issuing the same. Okay. So, diriya daw is, dapat daw ma-maintain and ma-keep ang records sa uban nga mga physician, dentist, veterinarian, or even practitioners nga nag-issue po og same nga ato. So, wala kayo ko kagets. But I'll try. Okay, number 7. Quantity and name of the dangerous drugs sold or delivered. Yon. So, pura siya same sa diba? Sa number 3. And the last one is the date of sale or delivery. Okay. So, mao daw ni siya ang mga records na dapat i-maintain and i-keep. And if kini nga mga records, kina nga 8 records, mapagmawala ni siya, it means nga katong nagkuan siguro dealing o kato pharmacist dealing, for example, maka-penalty siya o kato ganina 10,000 to 50 pesos. And then, so na siya purpose. Okay, what is the purpose of this act? Nganong naaying ani? So, mani siyang purpose. All prescriptions issued by physician, dentist, veterinarians, or practitioners shall be written on forms exclusively issued by the obtainable from the DOH. Okay. So, mao din ni siya. So, maning purpose, ani. And such form shall be made of a special kind of paper and shall be distributed in such quantities and contain such information and other data as the DOH may, by rules and regulations, require. Such form shall only be issued by the DOH through its authorized employees to licensed physician, dentists, veterinarians, and practitioners in such quantities, and the board may authorize. So, mao din na siya ang purpose, ana. So, ang kanina siya nga mga, tawagan niyo kani siya mga prescriptions, or katong mga 8 kaganina nga information, ang maghatag ato is from the DOH. Sila ang mag-issue. So, yeah. And, in addition, in some emergency cases, as the board may specify in the public interest, a prescription need not be accomplished on such forms. The prescribing physician, dentist, veterinarian, or the practitioner shall, within 3 days after issuing such prescription, inform the DOH of the same in writing. No prescriptions when served by the drugstore or pharmacy may be reused. So, mano to siya ang purpose sa Section 40. So, I will, magpa-drop ko og katong whole jud niya na Section 40 para inyong mas ma-visualize and inyong masabtan pod.
Unnecessary prescription of dangerous drugs. So, in this section, the penalty of imprisonment ranging from 12 years and 1 day to 20 years, and a fine ranging from 100,000 pesos to 500,000 pesos, and additional penalty of her license to practice in medicality and medicine, whomever is caught. So, in the unnecessary, ang ihang content is that wala dapat na maghatag o unnecessary na drug sa mga patients nila. For example, ay sakit ang isa ka patient, dili nila hatagan o illegal drugs. Katong mga illegal drugs. So, example aning illegal drugs is opioids. Actually, dili siya illegal, pero ang paggamit sa iya is misuse. So, ang opioids is dangerous for our health. And so, anyone who will be caught giving opioids to a person, ma-revoke ilahang license as a medical practitioner. So, in unlawful prescription of dangerous drugs naman, in this section, ang penalty niya is life imprisonment forever. So, you will spend the rest of your life kung madakpan ka in prison. And then, tagaan mo yung fine, ranging from 500,000 pesos to 10 million pesos kung madakpan ka. Madakpan na gani ka. So, kung mag-issue ka og prescription nga imuhang gi-purposely og hatag, pwede ka dakpon. Labi na kung imong gihatag kay dangerous drug. Ang kalahian nila sa unnecessary prescription is that ang mga ginapanghatag na drugs atong unnecessary is mali, like unused. Kaning unlawful kay purposely nga imong gihatag sa imong pasyente. And then the same in unnecessary, pwede ma-revoke imong license as a medical practitioner.
Again and again, my name is Michael E. Compok and I'm back to report about the Philippine drug situation. O diri akaron mahibaluan nato kung unsa na ang sitwasyon sa droga diri sa Pilipinas. Let's start. According to 2019 statistical report from Dangerous Drug Board, The most common and abused drug is the methamphetamine hydrochloride or shabu, comprising almost 94% of the admission. Second, the cannabis or marijuana at 23%, and the third, the contact cement or ruby with less than 1%. As to gender, 89% of its admission are males, around 11% females. In every 9 males, there is 1 female. And as to age, the youngest is 7, while the eldest is 68 years old. 49% of the admitted cases are single and 2 are married. Live-in partners is 21% and others is 4.7. They are widow, separated, divorced, or annulled. As to educational background, 28% belong to high school level, followed by high school graduate, which is 119.11%, and college level is 19. About the status of employment, those employed, either workers, employees, or businessmen and self-employed, comprise 55%, while those unemployed totaled to 39%. Around 5% of clients are students, while 1.5%, or either what I mean is 1.55% are out of school youth. However, a few did not disclose their status of employment. About 32% of the reported cases are residing in the National Capital Region prior to confinement, while almost 15% are residents of Region 4A or Calabarzon. So atong makita dito guys kung unsa ang pila ang counted sa mga persyento sa mga kaso sa droga sa ato diri karon sa mga lumulupyo sa lain dapit sa atong society, community, sa ato as individual. Ang mga total din nga mga sangkot sa paggamit og mga drugs. Okay? And that's all for today. Thank you.
The value of youth in participating in drug prevention. Number 1. Morals and characters are developed. Anyone who would undergo the drug prevention, their characters will be changed, their morals will be developed, they will value this even further. Number 2, the youth listens to their fellows. They will hear out their fellow persons and yes. Number 3, a foundation of good adult life. And number 4, a direct reflection of what young people.
10 ways to prevent drug use. Number 1, don't give in to peer pressure. Do not force yourself to use these illegal drugs. Number 2, develop close family ties. Remember, you have your family to help you in these times in order for you not to resort in these illegal doings. Number 3, learn coping mechanisms. Learn to cope and help yourself to get through any problems that you will face and avoid yourself using these illegal substances that may get you punished.
Okay, so number 4, the abstinence. Okay, so unsa man ning abstinence? Nganong naapil man siya sa 10 ways para ma-prevent ang drug use? Okay, abstinence, or it means avoiding from something. So it means nga from the word avoiding, from the word itself, ang paglikay sa drugs. So mo na siya. Okay, so abstinence is used in addiction treatment to describe the process of abstaining, meaning not engaging or avoiding from addictive substance or behaviors. Okay. So, unsay outcome or unsay ka ng process ani? Kay di ba, for example, dili man jud ta dali makabiya sa usa ka butang. Like, that's the reality. Like, naadyo ba nga butang nga lisod biyaan? Like, for example, is na-attach na kapag ayo, kung baga, addict na ka, lisod na undangon. So, ingana siya. So, unsa ang process ani or unsa yung mga experience nila if ever nga mag-undergo sila og kaning abstinence treatment. So, yeah, mao ni siya. If an individual does not engage in the addictive behavior at all, either indefinitely or for a short period of time, that person is said to be abstinent or abstaining. So, man na to siya ganina, no? Okay, so, unsa kahayang effect? Kay, syempre, dili man jud as in nga pagmingon ka nga, ay, maundag na kog drugs. Di na ka magpangita. Naaman jud na nga face sa imuhang magpangita jud ka og something. So, unsa man? Wait, let me research. Okay. Oh. So, mao ni siya ang ma-experience nila in the process of abstaining drugs. Okay. When patients first stop using drugs, they can experience various physical and emotional symptoms. So, mao na ni atong giingon, di ba? Nga dili jud dali nga mag-detach sa usa ka butang. So, makaagi siya og physical and emotional symptoms. So, unsa may unsa inclusion or unsa mga naka-inline ani nga So, it is including the restlessness or sleeplessness and as well as depression, anxiety, and other mental health conditions. So, mo din na ang ilang ma-experience if ever na mag-undergo sila og abstinence treatment. Okay. So, certain treatment medication and devices reduce the symptoms which make it easier to stop the drug use. Okay, so naaday sila napaday sila mga medications and devices nga makatabang para ma-reduce ni nga mga symptoms if ever nga mag-undergo abstinence. Okay. So, dili siya dali nga mag-detach ka sa drugs if ever addict na jud ka. Mura ra gud na og for ibutang na to sa kanang naga-cigar or naga-sigarilyo. 'Di ba? At first ana nila nga process kay magpangita like kanang kanang maglain daw ang ilahang paminaw kay dili sila maka hit og sigarilyo. So yung pud na siya sa drugs. So na sila yung mga ma-feel. But in the end, unsa may benefit aning abstinence? So na siya yung benefit, of course. So one of the major risk for most people in addiction recovery is the relapse. Also, muna ni itong ingon ka ganina nga nadyo mga times nga mag-relapse or magpangita. Like, magbalik-balik o So, muna na siya. While process sila sa abstinence, is nadyo mga times nga mag-relapse or maka-hit-hit og balik, kay gimingaw, But, within the field of addiction treatment and relapse prevention, there are two major applied methodologies that are instructed by two highly different schools of thought, the aforementioned abstinence method and moderation management. So, mo ni siya. Moderation management, or also called the harm reduction, is a treatment path with an alternative rationale. Those who believe in this moderation method operate under the belief that addicts and those with harmful chemical dependencies can achieve sobriety while still occasionally indulging in mind-altering substance. So, mao na siya one of the way. So, okay, so The most important factor for individuals who are pursuing the goal of long-term abstinence is the engagement of professional treatment resources. So, kaniding abstinence is napod siya two kinds of recovery, like short-term and long-term. So, this one is the long-term. But, if gusto ni mo long-term, mag-need na jud ka og seek for professional treatment, like magpa-rehab, like ana. So, yon. So, the data points to positive outcomes recovery is achievable. Yes, tinojud na nga tanan butang ma-achieve na to if we want to. So, if those people nga drug addict na gusto magbago, they can achieve that. They can achieve the long-term abstinence if they want to and if they will cooperate. And pag malampasan na nila, of course, na ay good feedback. So, yeah. So, unsa may goal ani nganong na abstinence kemi. So, the goal of this is to provide a safe environment. Safe environment. Kasi nga, di ba, pag once nga addict ka, you are uncontrollably. So, di nakakauna-una og tarong, ana. So, yun lang. And I do hope so na namin nasabtan sa abstinence.
5. Education. Ang mabisang edukasyon sa droga ay mahalaga dahil ang mga kabataan ay nahaharap sa maraming impluensya upang gumamit ng parehong mga bawal at ipinagbabawal na gamot. Ang edukasyon ay maaaring gumanap ng isang counterbalancing na papel sa paghubog ng normatibong kultura ng kaligtasan, katamtaman, at matalinong paggawa ng desisyon.
Number 6. Live a healthy, well-balanced life. Get yourself fit and be able to think for yourself and give time for yourself, and then keep your body balanced and for you to be able to think properly and help yourself to avoid using illegal substances for a healthy life. 7. Give yourself some time to be taken, and then rest, and as the previous number said, give yourself a balanced, healthy body, and think for yourself to give yourself a healthy life. Number 8, employ mindfulness activities. Give yourself some fun, but not too fun, that may lead to the use of these illegal substances, and use it for the betterment of yourself.
Number 9, only use prescribed medication for your illnesses and diba balatin on. Only use prescribed medication, never use illegal drugs because that is illegal.
So, number 10, get professional help. This is one of the ways for us to prevent further drug use. So, let us help ourselves na mo-approach og mga medical practitioners para mo hatag og advice sa tua how to minimalize or prevent drug use, and then mo jud na seek help from those experts po.
To be involved in drug prevention and control requires a STRONG group. So S stands for steadfast personality. So steadfast personality means that we need to have a strong and firm personality to be able to do any task that requires your courage and commitment to succeed.
Letter T, trustworthy and words and deeds. In order to uphold good integrity in a group, one member must be trustworthy and not hold any secrets against the group. Uh, this is important because it will uphold good relationships and in order to fight against drugs. Letter R, respectable in relating to others. So do not just be open to your secrets. You need to respect and relate your self to others, and how can you have relationship to create better integrity in involving the fight against drugs.
O. Open-minded in facing situations. Tila sapat na upang tukuyin ang open-mindedness bilang pagtanggap sa mga bagong ideya. Sa aspetong ito, kinakailangan ng pagiging open-minded because a strong mindset is an open mind. We might face different and unexpected situations while fighting against the use of dangerous drugs, so we need to be open-minded. Other than that, kinakailangan rin na maging open-minded ang mga tao na nalulong sa mga ipinagbabawal na gamot. If they accept that what they did was wrong, lalakas ang kanilang loob na magbago at mas mapapadali ang kanilang rehabilitation dahil maluwag nilang natanggap sa kanilang mga sarili ang kanilang pagkakamali.
Letter N, noble character. So, in a noble character, in a strong group, you need to be humble. You need to be accepting. You need to be an accepting person in order to be compatible with your group mates and upholding the group itself. So, letter G, the final letter in our strong group. Gusty actions and idea. So, when we say gusty, based on my research, gusty means very strong, very wild. So I understood that to be gusty, we need to take risks in our actions and ideas to create beneficial things to our group. And that would be all for the reporting of the group responsible for reporting the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002. Thank you for your attention in listening, and I hope you will get high scores in our activity. Thank you.